times of rise. He has paid the price. He has brought us near to behold the glory of the Lord. And so we will not fear through the storm and through the flood. By your spirit, by your blood, we will stand, we will stand. With the trumpet call, you will open up the sky. Come with glory and with might, and we will be with the Lamb. Though the storm may come, we are unashamed of the name above all other names. He's our victory. He's our told, but heaven is coming down to the world. Oh, I don't know what you've been told, but heaven is coming down to the world. Oh, heaven, heaven is coming down. worship Him in humbleness. Oh, praise Him, hallelujah. Praise the Father, praise the Son, and praise the Spirit, three in one. Oh, praise Him, oh, praise Him, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh, praise Him, hallelujah. Oh, praise Him, hallelujah. Oh, praise Him,
Brother Moon, shine down your light on us tonight. Show us the love of God. Sister Sun, you bring out the day. You're shining the light of God on your face today. Maker of it all, you provide it all. In you we live, in you we move, in you we have our being. You're glorious, you're holding us together, all together. Brother wind, your clouds and your storms, you breathe in the breath of God in your lungs for us. Mother Earth, you're giving us life with God's open hand. You always provide for us. Maker of it all, you provide it all. In you we live,
we're going to put on some any music. We're just going to be right there.
What a fellowship, what a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. What a blessedness, what a peace is mine, leaning on the everlasting arms. I'm leaning, safe and secure from all alarm. I'm leaning, It's so good. It's so good. I won't let it go. And it's so good. It's so good. Won't let it go. Y'all like that? Help me out. Say that I've got the joy of the Lord down in my soul. Down in my soul. Down in my soul. Down in my soul. Help me out, right? And I've got the joy of the Lord down in my soul. Down in my soul. Said I got it way down in my soul. Down in my soul. Hey, and it's so good. It's so good. I won't let it go. And it's so good. It's so good. What about yeah. Real quiet. I've got the peace of the Lord that I can't explain. I can't explain. In spite of my circumstances, I can't explain it. I can't explain. Oh, oh, hey. And I've got the peace of the Lord that I can't explain. I can't explain. Ooh, I can't explain it. I can't explain. Yeah, and it's so good. It's so good. I won't let it go. It's so good. It's so good. What about it? Yeah. So, when I was really young, say about 4 years old, my family was hurting financially, right? Like really hurting. So much so to the point that we were about to lose our house. Like it was only a few weeks, months maybe away before we would have been homeless. But like the old pastor say, I had a praying mother. Word. My mother would wake up every morning without fail. And she would wake up and she would hit her knees. And she would pray and call out to God to rescue us from the situation. And she would sing songs at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning that everybody heard while we were sleeping. Even at 4, I remember it. She would sing songs to God about him delivering us, about God's provision, about God's providence, about God's miracle-working power. And my mom was so smart that she would actually have us singing these same songs as we drove down the road in our car, as we walked down the streets of the park. She would sing stuff like, greens and beans and cones and things, we gonna have some crop. We gonna have some crop. We gonna have some crop.
Lord, make me an instrument of peace, an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. For in the giving we shall receive, and in the dying we're given life. Lord, make me an instrument of peace.
TV when the Gerholz Center was actually remodeled. We got this new TV that was installed, so you're able to watch TV as well. So I'll introduce you to Sandy.
Hello.
Sandy is actually our office manager, so she is the person who kind of keeps the staff together. She helps to make this place run. So when you call here, you're gonna hear a happy and friendly smile over the phone. So thanks, Sandy, for your work. We have Barb Portia. She is like the Michael Jordan of the Gerholz Center.
What does that even mean?
Like she, you know how Michael Jordan, he would retire, but for the love of the game, he would come back, and that's how Barb has been to the Gerholz Center. She's the MJ. Although that she may try to retire, we just keep reeling her back in. So Barb, well, she's been here since the inception, like I said. So what would you like to say, and how has it been since you've been here from the beginning?
This is an amazing ministry, and it has been awesome to be part of it since 1982. I was thinking back before this part of the building. Building was even in existence. It's been wonderful to watch it unfold. I have been blessed by professional people to work with, and
Welcome everyone to the Gerholz Christian Counseling Center. It is my pleasure to host a tour for all of you who have not had an opportunity to come through the Gerholz Center. I'm going to show you around and introduce you to the staff, so come on in. Well, this is our illustrious waiting room, so when people come in and check in, when we're actually seeing people in person, we normally have magazines, but of course, you know, we can't do that as of right now. But this is a place where you will actually be waiting. We have this lovely TV. When the Gerholz Center was actually remodeled, we got this new TV that was installed, so you're able to watch TV as well. So I'll introduce you to Sandy.
Hello.
Sandy is actually our office manager, so she is the person who kind of keeps the staff together. She helps to make this place run. So when you call here, you're gonna hear a happy and friendly smile over the phone. So thanks, Sandy, for your work. We have Barb Portia. She is like the Michael Jordan of the Gerholz Center.
What does that even mean?
Like you know how Michael Jordan, he would retire, but for the love of the game, he would come back, and that's how Barb has been to the Gerholz Center. She's the MJ, although that she may try to retire, we just keep reeling her back in. So Barb, well, she's been here since the inception, like I said. So what would you like to say, and how has it been since you've been here from the beginning?
This is an amazing ministry, and it has been awesome to be part of it since 1982. I was thinking back, before this part of the building was even in existence. It's been wonderful to watch it unfold. I have been blessed by professional people to work with and amazing clients who have taught me a lot. And I'm just really glad to still be here.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
This is Lisa Horn. She's actually plays a double duty here at First Pres. She is the community ministry director as well as a counselor here. So go ahead, Lisa.
Hello, everyone. What I would like to say, it is truly an honor and a privilege to serve at the Gerholz Center as well as upstairs in the community ministry. I kind of pondered about what I would say today, and one of the things that continues to come to my spirit is the Bible says to cast your cares upon the Lord because He cares for you, and the center represents that. We are here to serve community, and God has blessed us with the gifts and the talents to welcome people to bring their cares and their concerns, and for us to journey with you to experience life in a better way. And I like to say thank you to everyone who has just been a part of making this ministry the great ministry that it is. Thank you.
Next, we have Aaron Cheek. He is our family guy. So if you're thinking about getting engaged, he is the man who does counseling for couples, for premarital counseling, individual. He does it all. So Aaron, take it away.
I want to welcome everybody to our fundraiser tonight. Thank you for tuning in and watching us, and the work and hearing about the work that we do, and the ministry that we're able to provide for the Flint community. It's much appreciated, and thank you again.
So now we have our playroom. We see people of all ages, so normally we have children to come in so we can actually conduct play therapy. So this is Jan.
Hi everyone. This is the play therapy room, and this is probably one of my favorite rooms right here. I started in January, and I absolutely love working with children. As you see, we've got all kinds of games and material, anything that can help them express their feelings through play. That's how we work with them. But my favorite one is slime, and that's really popular with the children and the preteens. And so we get really creative with all these colors. And for example, I'll say, well, here's green, or here's yellow. This represents, let's say, being thoughtful. When was the last time you were thoughtful at home? And so it really gives a platform to be able to, for them to express their feelings and to identify them. So we have a lot of fun in here. It's really nice to be a part of the team, and thank you for tuning in.
Well, this is our extra office that we normally have. So we have interns that come here throughout the year. So unfortunately right now this year we weren't able to host interns, but we have a student nurse intern that we normally have from the University of Michigan, Spring Arbor, Michigan State University. So people can come and get their hours and be able to get the experience of being one-to-one with our clients here. And then we also do have peer counselors. So they're not licensed counselors, but these are people who are able to walk along the side of people who may not necessarily need a licensed professional counselor or a master's level social worker. They'll be able to talk with our clients and be able to provide the services just as well. So next we have Amanda Carlson. She is one of our licensed professional counselors, and she has a certification in autism spectrum disorder. So here you go, Amanda.
Hi everybody, welcome to my office. It's a pleasure getting to speak with you tonight. I would just like to share how wonderful it's been to work with the Gerholz Center, that they have taken me on and provided an opportunity for me to do what I love, and that's being able to meet with people of all different ages and needs and treat them in a unique manner. And that's why I have this canvas on my wall of a thumbprint, because that's how I see each individual that I work with. But also to develop my love to work with individuals who are autistic. And so, like Erica said, I do have my endorsement as a certified autism specialist and continue to work with autistic individuals in this place. So it's been a true blessing. Thank you for joining us this evening.
And here we have Leanne Eggleston. So Leanne, if you could tell us about how you came to the Gerholz Center and your journey with us.
Hello. So I heard about the Gerholz Center when I was in grad school, and I was immediately interested since it's a Christian agency, and Christianity, my beliefs have always been strong in my life. So my second field placement was here, and I was blessed to be able to stay after I graduated. And the staff here, they're all amazing, and they're wonderful people to work with. So it's just a blessing to be here.
Good evening, everyone, to our Casting the Virtual Vision 2020 annual fundraiser. I am your host, Erica Ernest, the director of the Gerholz Center for Christian Counseling. Welcome. I'm glad you all are joining us tonight. We have a special treat in store for you. This work would not be possible without you. And let me just tell you what we've been doing for the past year. We've actually been putting your dollars to work. So we were able to hire a new counselor, Jan Paladin. You were able to see her in our tour, and she has been such a blessing to our counseling center. We have also been able to revamp our technology. So, you know, during this whole pandemic, what happened is that, of course, we had to stay at home. But we were actually able to provide services to our clients during those times, and we still provide services to our clients via telehealth. And we were able to do that with your dollars that you donated. So I think you want to give yourselves a round of applause for being able to help us to provide for our clients, especially during this time of need. Speaking of support, I would actually like to thank our virtual table sponsors for tonight. Again, this work would not be possible without you. So I would like to thank our following sponsors for tonight. So we have Bill and Peggy Anderson, Andrew and Sharon Armstrong, Patricia Beam, Communications Technology, Inc., on behalf of Jeff and Sonia Allen, Jim and Stephanie Doan, myself, Erica Ernest, the Reverend Dr. Dallas and Nola Gatlin, Charles Heidi, Dale and Carol Hostetler, Frederick and Odette Jones, New Life Christian Fellowship, Scaff Furniture Carpet One, George and Kathy Scaff, Steve and Barbara Smith, and Dawn Valley. Again, thank you to our table sponsors. This work would not be possible for you without you. We provide individual counseling sessions, family sessions, group sessions, and again, we would not be able to do this without you. A lot of times our clients have out-of-pocket expenses where they're not able to come into our center because of their deductibles are so high, or they may have a limited income. So we will be able to provide those services at a discounted rate to our clients. So we just thank you again. So I would like to have this to be an interactive session with us. So if you could tell us where you're checking in from tonight. I know that we weren't able to provide a meal for you, but if you can tell us where you're checking in from and tell us what you're eating at your own virtual table, I would like to know where you're checking in from and what you may be eating on tonight. Although I know that we couldn't serve a delicious meal for you tonight, we will actually be providing you with some food for thought tonight. So let me tell you what's in store. Since our theme is casting the virtual vision, we actually thought it would be so apropos that we would have John Kogel to come in to speak with us about his family's vision for the Gerholz Center. They helped to lay the foundation for us. We'll also be having testimonials from our staff and from our clients, and our clients are the heart of what we do. So without further ado, I'll let you see what our clients have to say about how the Gerholz Center has impacted their lives.
Hi, I'm happy to be here today on behalf of Gerholz Center. I just wanted to share my story. I came to Gerholz some time ago after having quite an abusive childhood, and at the time I came in to Gerholz and started seeing the counselor here, my husband was in rehab. Hi, I'm happy to be here today on behalf of Gerholz Center. I just wanted to share my story. I came to Gerholz some time ago after having quite an abusive childhood, and at the time I came in to Gerholz and started seeing the counselor here, my husband was in rehab. I had a granddaughter I was raising who had special needs, and the last thing I thought about was taking care of me. So I was a mess, to say the least. And because of the fee schedule here and the helps that they provide, with our family's income going up and down often, as my husband is a contractor and also had some medical issues post cancer, I have been able to consistently receive services, which otherwise would have been severed several times. So therefore, I'm getting healthier every day. I now do more for myself. In fact, my therapist really works very hard. That's a part of every discussion, is what am I doing for myself? So I have grown leaps and bounds in terms of taking care of myself, making decisions for my family, being strong, advocating. Though I was a good advocator before, I have found new ways to look at dealing with situations and have moved forward. I also would just be amiss if I didn't mention how amazing my therapist has been. She has been, her care has been life-changing for me. Again, she is very compassionate. She's very educated. She's a role model in a sense, and has challenged me on some of my beliefs in a way that just asked me to look at those and figure out what I'm getting out of it, and looking at those pros and cons. And she just talks me off a ledge, and I'm a better person today because of it. I'm handling issues with my granddaughter, now daughter, and with just my whole family with the grace that I was struggling with before.
I called the Gerholz Christian Counseling Center because Christian counselors believe that the Bible is the ultimate guide on how people, especially Christians, should think and behave. They see the Bible as the source of all truth. I had anger issues that affected almost every area of my life, and it affected my relationships with my daughter, son, and grandchildren. It also affected my ministries, for I am an ordained independent pastor that has been called to serve short-term missions all over the world and presently to minister in my own community. I was assigned a hand-picked, spirit-filled counselor with empathy, awareness, and discernment. She offered advice and encouragement, shared wisdom and skills, helped me to set goals, and assisted me in identifying and resolving the conflict from my childhood assault. Counseling for me has identified buried problems through probing my past. With hard work, accountability to stay the course and achieve my goals, and the desire to be free from unbridled anger, it has repaired the present. I no longer carry the heavy baggage and huge weights of anger and guilt. In John 8:36, Jesus makes a wonderful statement of victory. He says, "So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." God is more in control, and anger has its rightful place in my life. I am free and give thanks to God for leading me into victory through the Gerholz Christian Counseling Center.
Hello, my name is Avis. Came to the Gerholz Center in 2015. I'm not sure why, but in my life, I have never dealt with death one at a time. It's always been in some sort of clusters. We lost my first husband's father, and then my husband's grandmother, and then my husband's mother. And 21 years ago to this very day, my husband passed away. Fast forward to 2015, I found out that my nephew was found deceased in his home. We had already had 4 sick family members that we were told wouldn't make it through the year. And then my son's best friend, a young man that I considered my son, was diagnosed with brain cancer at 30 years old. And I could physically feel that rabbit hole pulling me back in, and I was scared to death. By this time now, I'm not just a mom, I'm a grandma. And I live to be grandma. And I was not willing to spiral out of control again. And ironically enough, my physician sent me to go to physical therapy. I had so much on my hands at the time that I was honest with the physical therapist and told him, I don't think I have time for this. I'm in a situation where I'm in a race to find someone to help me with my mental health right now. And my insurance takes way too long, but I've got to get that done. The man just so happened to be the husband of a young lady who works for the Gerholz Center. And that beautiful young man gave me the number, and I barely got my car door closed before I was dialing. And I want to say it was in 2 weeks, I got a phone call telling me who my therapist would be, and the following week I was in therapy. And through the guidance and the compassion and the patience of these people, I've been able to grieve. And not just grieve, I've learned to say no when it's appropriate. I've learned to take care of Avis when it's necessary to put Avis first. I've learned that I can still be that loving, kind, caring, giving person without giving every bit of me away. I found in Avis that I didn't know was in there, and I really love her. And I haven't been able to say I love myself ever. And I want to thank the Gerholz Center. Every single one of you, whether I've worked with you or not, I appreciate you. And I am so grateful to my Lord that you're here.
Thank you to our clients for sharing their heart.
Hello, my name is Avis.
I know that
Came to the
brought tears
Gerholz
to
Center
my eyes, and you
in
can see the impact that the
2015.
Gerholz Center is having
I'm not sure
on
why,
our
but in
clients
my
and all
life,
that
I
we-
have
all
never
those
dealt
people
with
that we
death
service.
one at a time.
So I know that the clients
It's
did
always
talk
been in
about our
some
staff
sort of
members that
clusters.
we have, and we have a wonderful staff, and I'm not
We
saying that
lost
just because
my
I
first
work
husband's
there.
father,
I have seen
and
it
then
firsthand that they are
my husband's
compassionate,
grandmother,
and then
and
they are
then my
truly
husband's mother.
care for the people, and
And
they are
21
truly
years ago to this very
excited
day,
about the work that they do for this ministry.
my husband passed
So
away.
I would like to
Fast forward
bring
to 2015,
to you tonight Aaron Cheek, who
I
was one
found
of our
out
counselors
that
tonight,
my
to
nephew
share
was
his story
found
about
deceased
the
in
Gerholz
his
Center.
home.
Thank you, Erica. My name is Aaron, and I'm one of the counselors here at the Gerholz Counseling Center. I was asked to give a testimony about being a part of this team. And for me, my testimony actually begins in 2009 when I was working at General Motors as a production worker. In 2009, I began to feel burdened to leave GM and to finish college. To understand my situation at the time, what was going on, I was one of the last legacy workers at General Motors, which means that I was on track to retire with a pension. So the idea of giving up a secure job, giving up a secure retirement, was something that I really struggled with logically. And this was just 2 years after the financial crisis of 2007. So while there was peace in my heart about the decision, my mind was constantly accusing me that a bad decision was being made. I'd be lying to you if I told you that I had complete trust in God when I made that decision. Yes, I followed him, but more as a doubting Thomas for sure. I don't have the time to tell you about all the provisions that God made for me along the way. But after graduating, God continued to open doors and continued to open doors and continued to guide until he led me here to Gerholz. My time here with this team has been a blessing. This is my first time working for a ministry. And working here has allowed me to see how a church can come together to work to meet the mental, emotional, and spiritual needs of people. I'm thankful that there's a group of believers that can come together so effectively to serve the needs of this community and to serve those needs so unconditionally. We have an amazing team here. Erica, Barbara, Amanda, Sandy, Lisa, Jan, Leanne, and Dick. This group has tremendous compassion for those hurting and needing professional help. I'm so glad that I listened to God in 2009 when he told me to leave GM. I would never have experienced this if I would have walked in fear and stayed where I was. As I think about the past 10 years and living through the economic crisis of 2007, I can't help but draw comparisons to the current crisis that we're now in with this pandemic. Maybe there's somebody streaming or watching tonight, and maybe God is burdening you to make a change. And you might be thinking like I did in 2009, Lord, this is the worst time to make a change. I'd encourage you to keep praying about it. And if I can be bold, I remind you of Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans that I have for you. I'm very thankful and blessed that God has had me as a part of his plan for the Gerholz team. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron, for sharing your journey with us, and it's a pleasure to be able to work with you. So I know that we had some folks that were checking in with us, so let's see who we got checking in. So we got Cassie Raj checking in from Flint, Michigan. She's eating popcorn. We have Kelly and Joyce Beersley with their friend Sandy Maynard. We have Charlotte Four home eating breakfast for dinner. That sounds good. We have Tom and Carrie Houghton. They're enjoying meatloaf in Grand Blanc. We have Joanne Gash from Flint, Katie Novak from Flushing and cleaning up from Spaghetti. Wow. We have Haley Dukes from Flint, and she's eating goulash. We have Barb and Steve Smith from Grand Blanc. They're eating chicken and rice and green beans. A healthy dinner, I see. We have Sharon Holiday not calling in, but watching us from Grand Plank. We have Essence Williams from Flint. She's not sure about dinner just yet. I hope you found something, Essence. We have Pam Morgan. She's making a pear salad, and she's checking in from Flint. And we have Fred and Sherry Wagonlander enjoying a meal from Culver's. Wow, that sounds good. I wonder if you got a butter burger. But thank you again all for tuning in. We're going to take a short break. But before we take our break, it was always my dream to be Oprah, and you made my dreams come true tonight. You get a car, you get a car. Well, it won't be cars that will be giveaways for tonight, but I wish we could. Maybe somebody will sponsor a car for us next year. Hint, hint. But we will have 2 people that will be randomly selected to win 2 $25, well, each person will win a $25 Visa gift card. So to increase your chances to win, please interact with us in the chat, and you may be randomly selected to win a $25 Visa gift card. But we're going to take a 5-minute break, so get some more food, you get your favorite beverage, and come on back to so we can see our keynote speaker for tonight. I know that you all have been waiting for him. Great.
And your storms, you breathe in the breath of God in your lungs for us. Mother Earth, you're giving us life with God's open hand. You always provide for us. Maker of it all, provide it
You are everything good, you are everything beautiful, you are everything, you're everything. You are everything good, you are everything beautiful, you are everything, you're everything. You are everything good, you are everything beautiful, you are everything, you're everything. You are everything good, you are
When you're on the spot, it goes quickly.
What a fellowship, what a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. What a blessedness, what a peace is mine, leaning on the everlasting arms. I'm leaning, safe and secure from all alarm. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you were able to enjoy some of the Gerholz staff trivia. I saw that a lot of you were getting a lot of the questions correctly. Again, please interact with us in the chat for your chance to win a $25 Visa gift card. Tonight, we have a special guest with us. It is an honor and privilege to have him with us tonight. Before I introduce him, I would like to take a quick trip down memory lane. I know Wendell Jennings was the first director of the Gerholz Center. Before it was called the Gerholz Center for Christian Counseling, it was actually called the Christian Counseling Center. Wendell had gave me some information and fun facts about the Gerholz Center before it became the Gerholz Center. He said that we actually used to be situated on the parking lot in the old house. And then he said we moved into the church facility, and now we have the Gerholz Center. So it was just him and a part-time staff member that would service their clients, and look how far we've come. So I would like to introduce our special guest tonight, John Kogel. It was his family's vision that helped to start the Gerholz Center for Christian Counseling. So John C. Kogel is the president of Kogel Meats. He oversees the day-to-day operations of the company and is directly involved with most aspects of the business, with a primary focus on strategic direction and planning. Furthermore, he provides his team with vision and goals and coordinates with different departments to help them reach their goals, as well as the overall company goals. Kogel has been with the company for 35 years. He began in special projects where he was responsible for setting up barcoding and scanning for inventory purposes. This led to a sales manager position and then on to presidency. When founder and grandfather Albert Kogel passed away in 1976, Kogel and his father continued the tradition of making high-quality meat products for the company's customers. Kogel received his Bachelor's of Arts in Economics and Management from Albion College in 1985. He is currently the chairman of the board for the Flint Institute of Music and the vice president and on the board of directors for Sunset Hills and River Rest Cemeteries. Kogel has served on a local board of the American Red Cross, the board of trustees for First Presbyterian Church, as well as the local board of the Boy Scouts of America, also serving as den leader. He has been awarded the Silver Beaver Award, which is presented for distinguished service to youth within the council. When he's not working, Kogel spends his time snow skiing in the winter, water skiing in the summer, fly fishing, and playing the guitar. He is also a private pilot. He currently resides in Flint, Michigan with his wife, Lisa. They have 4 older children, Caitlin, Chloe, Carson, and Cameron. Friends, let us welcome John Kogel.
Thank you, Erica. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. I know it sounds like you're a very busy man, so thank you for taking the time out this evening to share with us about your family's vision for the Gerholz Center. So some of you may or may not know, but it was the vision of John's parents that helped to create the Gerholz Center. So what can you tell us about them, and what have you learned from them?
I can tell you a lot about them. I won't tell everything I know about them. And when you ask that question, I can go way back, because certainly all of my traits I learned from my parents. So when early tried to think about what did they teach me, I wanted a higher view, I guess, a larger view. So beauty, hospitality, love, generosity, humbleness. Of course, all I know about business, I learned from my father. So many things that they have taught me, again, snow skiing, water skiing, they made that all possible. So as far as my parents, I think they're very humble people, very behind the scenes people, but yet want to make things happen, want to leave the world a better place. My mother, certainly a more beautiful place. My father was always willing to help out with projects around town, whatever may be happening, to help the underprivileged, but just again to make this world a better place. He wanted to leave, both my parents want to leave this world a better place than when they came into it.
They sound like very beautiful people, and thank you for just allowing us to hear about your parents and being able to know about their humbleness and just being behind the scenes. And as we see, the Gerholz Center has impacted so many lives, and so many lives have been changed through your family's legacy. So again, thank you, and the work that you do, the being able to serve on different boards, and I just want to say thank you for the great work that you are still continuing to do in this area.
Thank you. It is my pleasure. Again, I try to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I want to leave a better place, Flint and Genesee County, a better community.
It seems like you learned a lot from them in serving the community, so
yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
So I know we often hear about mission, values, and vision in the business world, but I think it's applicable to our personal lives. So can you tell us how important vision is in your professional and personal life?
Take them in 2 separate parts. I think vision for the company is what do you see on the horizon? Where do you think the meat business is going to go? What is going to help you get there? So what type of personnel do you need? What types of departments do you have to have in place? Things certainly have changed since when I first came in. What kind of equipment do you need? What do you need for the future to help the company grow? So that is what we try to strive for. We meet on a regular basis, probably much like you do at the counseling center, trying to get everyone to realize that vision, get their input. I believe I am not an island. I don't have all the answers. So the more people I can get involved, the better I think we are. And again, we have been in business for 100 years, and we are still making the same product that we started out 100 years ago. There was talk along those times, should we change, should we cheapen the product? And just decided that no, if we're going to do this, we want to make it the best. We want to keep it the vision that my grandfather had for making a quality product. And that has played out again, so we're still in business. And most companies can't say they're making the same product for 100 years. Of course, my friend Dick Scaff can say the same thing, but there's not many of us. So it's truly been a privilege to lead the company, to try to create that vision, to keep it going. And hope that legacy can pass on to maybe my children.
That sounds wonderful. And definitely with learning about quality and not, cheapening your products, and, being able to serve for 100 years, being able to provide that same quality product. That's great, because I know I've been to some places where I'm just like, this tastes a little different right about now, but thank you for, understanding, your customers and being able to provide the products that you do.
Thank you.
Now, what advice would you give for those who may not have a vision, or for those who may be trying to define their vision?
Well, then that's a good question, because that comes back to the personal side. I think, one thing that I want to be careful of when we think of vision, maybe something big, something that you're going to see. And I think really what you have to listen to, it's the Spirit. It's being grounded in God, in the Bible, with surrounding yourself with friends that think like you do, to a certain degree. I'm not saying we can't have our differences and things like that, but a lot of times it's that still small voice that gives one a vision. And it may not play out as a whole big, laid out completely in front of you, this is exactly what I should do and when I should do it. And I think we heard that from, can't think of his name right now, but he needed to make the change. And that still small voice created in that. When I think back about the Gerholz Counseling Center, it was people coming together that said, hey, that we're building this new building, the church, and that have we thought about having a counseling center in the church? That would be a good idea. And I'd seen my parents over time think that healing comes mainly through God. Yeah, you can put people on medications, and I'm not saying medications are bad in any way, but true healing in the long run, it's going to take a higher power to lead someone to hopefully have that spirit inside of them that gives them that voice, that gives them that sense of reason, that gives them that backbone when they need to stand up to temptation or they are being led down the wrong road. So I think really on a personal level for me, it's just trying to be attuned to where you are, to those people around you, but really truly to what God has in mind for you. And I think God has put us all here for a purpose, whatever that purpose may be, and that purpose can change over time. And to be able to be open to that then creates a vision, a path. And then you can get into once you get that path, to try to set your goals and, really formalize it and make it happen, and can get very elaborate. But I think it's truly that still small voice inside each one of us that creates a vision.
Amen to that. And I guess to follow up with that, how do you hone in on that still small voice for you? What are some of the things that you may do that, the people watching tonight may not know, or if they're trying to define their vision?
I do try to read the Bible on a daily basis. I started that a long time ago. I take a little bit of time at work in the morning to get in my office just to read through it. And you can go to my Bible and see when I finished it, when I started again, and sometimes it goes quickly and sometimes it's taken 5 or 6 years, different stages of life. Walking for me is a big thing. I like to get out every day. I go out in nature. Beauty is something to surround myself. My mom always loved flowers and just nice spaces. And to be in a place where there's flowers and beautiful furniture or things like that, like a museum, helps me get attuned, I think, to that voice. And then really just time alone. Just time to contemplate, time to just sit and think and dwell, what is right, what might not be right, what could be better. And then sometimes through that reasoning, through those looking at both sides, how could I change my life, or what could I do differently, or what could I do better? How could I help? So that's just time alone. And my wife certainly is a big part of that too. I don't want to leave her out of it, but she keeps me grounded. So
that's great. I know, in the busyness of the world, sometimes it's hard to get that, time away. And with all the activities that you have, and you're president, and you're chairing different boards, how do you find time away for yourself?
I think you have to create the space. I have a dog, and so that dog is I know it's going to die when getting older, but it really forces me to get out. So whether it's raining, snowing, it just is. The dog needs to go for a walk, and I'm going to take the dog for a walk. And sometimes it's just simply maybe getting to a meeting a little bit early, and before you go into the meeting, just sitting in the car. Maybe it's listening to a song that you like, or a tape, or maybe it's just sitting. Especially this time of year, maybe you can just look at the fall leaves, someplace. And you just have to create, sometimes you need to create that space. It is so easy nowadays with our phones, with the meetings and everything, to make yourself busy. But you don't always need to be busy. Sometimes busy does not move one forward. So.
You heard that, folks? Busy does not always move you forward. So it sounds like you have created these tools and resources for you to kind of like de-stress your life. So do you, I guess as a business person and a person of God, how stressful does your life get with all these practices that you have put into place for yourself then?
I mean, there can be times things can be stressful. One of my lines was, I can't get too worried about this problem because another one's going to come along right behind it. It might be twice as bad. So I think it's just important to be grounded, to trust that you're going to make the right decision. And if I don't make the right decision, say in business, my dad taught me a long time ago, he says, John, if you say yes, half the people are going to be mad. If you say no, half the people are going to be mad. But then it's being able to make a decision, but you realize that, hey, I made a wrong decision, to be able to say, I'm sorry, I made a wrong decision, I should have gone that way, and then try to pivot and go the right way. And just continue to move like that through life. And sometimes you need to take your time to make a decision, But what I like to do is, again, try to ground myself each and every day. There are going to be things that are going to throw you off course, that are going to pop up that you didn't think about. And to be able to just to take those in stride, they're going to happen, so don't get stressed about them. Don't let them upend your day. You're going to get through the day, and tomorrow is going to come. And so that really just keeps me focused. God gives us enough for today, and don't worry about tomorrow.
Yeah, I know anxiety is a lot of people are suffering from that during this time, especially during this pandemic. So thank you for allowing us to know that we can sit and be still and be able to and walk in nature, even though we can't be around each other, necessarily, but being able to be out in nature, watching the leaves fall, watching them turn color. And it sounds like also that you have surrounded yourself with people who can provide you with guidance as well. Can you talk more about how do you, create a space or meet people that may help you with your vision? Because I know it sounds like you don't make decisions necessarily on your own. Like you said, it's a collaborative effort at times. So how do you create that space to help, cultivate that community that can help you to make decisions?
I think a lot of it is where we are. So at work, I have a team that is there for the same purpose, to make a quality product, to do the best we can do each and every day. They want to do what's right for the company. They want to do what's right for our employees. They're talented in the departments that they run. And so that team there, we feed off each other. We can learn from each other. We all have expertise in different areas. We all deal with different things throughout the day. But to come together and to listen, during the day, or we have scheduled meetings, but taking the time to listen to what their problems are and what do we need to do in their areas. If I take the Flint Institute of Music, there are people that are a lot smarter about music than I am, and so it's me being put into that position. I volunteered to be the chairman, but then it's taking their expertise and listening to them. Again, how can we make this a better place? What do we need to do to make it a better place? And trying to give them the resources and or the guidance to help us get there. Again, family. I'm loving mom and dad who have allowed me to dream over the years, and my wife, and friends that think a lot like I do. And just that you don't communicate, some of them I don't communicate with them that often, but you have a friendship that if you had something wrong, you could call them, but to know that they'd be there for you, and it just gives you strength to do what you need to do. Again, sometimes just to get through the day.
So I know that you mentioned dreams. So what would you say to someone right now who, may be feeling down about their dreams, or their dreams may not be a reality right now for them? What would you say? What type of advice would you give them?
I guess the biggest thing is don't give up. That if you have a dream, you can't let it go. And maybe right now is not the time that it's going to happen. But if you persevere and you just stay true to yourself, I think that eventually that dream may come true, and the dream may change. And sometimes you can't get too fixated on it. I miss my goal, however you want to phrase that, because sometimes things do change. But yeah, I think you just need to try to really envision where that dream was taking you, how you need to get there, what you need to put in place.
Thank you. So I know we're here tonight to honor the legacy of your parents. So what would you say to those that are watching tonight on why it's important to continue on with their legacy?
I said it earlier, I think they want to leave this world a better place. They want to help the disenfranchised. They want to help people that maybe not have the resources to do some of the things that they've been afforded to do. So the living below one's means, and to really, that is how they would teach me, live below your means, take what you need to live, but then you need to spread that out. It's not yours. We're just stewards of that for a short period of time. Our life here is not long. What we have is not ours. And so to be willing to give what you don't need to live. And to pass that on to, and I think most of us, when we give something, whether it's a gift or something like that, you feel better about yourself. And it takes a while to get in that mode, but once you start doing that, it builds one up. And again, it all needs to be humble. My father would, sorry, Dad, he would never want his name on anything. I mean, because he doesn't want the credit. It's not his. He has been blessed. He just happened to run a company that was successful. Again, he had a good hand in that, but wanted to give back to the community that made that company successful, to maybe help those people that couldn't get counseling, maybe couldn't afford a ticket or music lessons at the FIM, to be able to help people with the resources that he was blessed with.
Well, thank you for you and your family paying it forward. Thank you for just providing us with the resources to help our clients to be able to afford to get mental health counseling. Like I said before, our clients here, sometimes the out-of-pocket expenses for the insurance company can be very high, and being able to allow them to come here at a reduced rate, they're able to get access to the services that they may not have had access to. So
yes.
It is definitely appreciated, all that your family has done for the Gerholz Center, even though I know that, they don't, from humble, they don't want to take credit, but, right. I want to thank you for allowing us to be able to work here at the Gerholz Center and allowing us to be able to continue on providing services to the clients through your family's legacy. It's definitely been an honor and privilege to be able to be the director of the Gerholz Center for Christian Counseling. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule and being able to share the knowledge that you have done tonight. So thank you, John.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
So now I would like to have Dick come in. He's going to actually provide us with a special message for tonight, so I'll turn it over to Dick.
And I want to say one thing, a little impromptu, but I talked with my dad last night and told him what I was going to do, and he was very proud of me. He wanted to say, and he said, do what you need to do. So what he said is $10,000 to any new money that comes in or any gift that is above their last gift, we will match up to $10,000.
Wow,
thank you. Wow. Wow.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Dick.
No, you can interrupt me with that kind of news.
Part, I just throw that out for you.
Speechless now.
All right. Well, hi. My name is Dick Scaff, and I am the chair of the Gerholz Center for Christian Counseling team that oversees the center. I hope you are enjoying our first ever virtual fundraiser. We're not able to get together like we have in the past, but that didn't stop us. The ministry continues, and we needed to do something. Thanks to Erica, Pastor Novak, and Josh Kennedy, we were able to execute Plan B, and you didn't even have to get dressed up or leave your home. Didn't we hear some wonderful testimonies tonight? Hopefully you could see the impact the Gerholz Center has on so many people, especially in this uncertain time we are in. And John Kogel. John is a close friend of mine and a tremendous businessman, family man, and a man of great faith. Thank you, John, for agreeing to speak tonight and sharing some of your family's vision for the center. At this time, it is my honor and privilege to allow you the opportunity to help the Gerholz Center for Christian Counseling. I know some of you out there are eager to help in this difficult time, and are looking for ways to demonstrate your support. Well, now is that time. We need your help to provide this ministry the resources it needs to carry out its mission. We have such a great team of professional counselors that have years and years of experience. Not only are they talented, but they all share a love of God, and it shows in their counseling. But we need your support. We have continued to work with our clients during this pandemic, and we are in need of funds. This is our once-a-year time to raise the necessary money. My job is to explain the different ways you can give to the center. Number one, if you have a smartphone, you can text to give. Text the amount you want to give and the word center to the number 810-255-4574. Just to give you an example, if you want to give $500, you can text 500 center to 810-255-4574. Once you send the text, you will receive a reply that will ask you to complete your gift that will include a link. Just click on the link and it will redirect you to our online giving page. You can register or continue as a guest. For those of you that already have an online giving account and your cell phone number is linked to your profile, when you send a text, you will automatically receive a confirmation text saying, "Thank you for your gift." No need to register. Your donation will automatically be processed. Number two, you may go online to our website at gerholz.org and click on the donate button. You can make a pledge, sign up to make a recurring donation, and also make a one-time donation. Number three, you can simply write a check to the Gerholz Center and mail it to 746 South Saginaw Street, Flint, Michigan, 48502. Make all checks payable to the Gerholz Center. So you can mail in your pledges, mail in your recurring donation, and mail in your one-time donation. Number four, you can also give our office a call at 810-234-0500, and we can process your payment for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Erica, is there anything else you would like to add? I'd like to ask Mr. Kogel's matching gift.
Yes, thank you so much, John. And yes, that matching gift tonight. So please don't forget. Now, I'll just reiterate the ways that you can actually make donations to the Gerholz Center tonight. So again, you can text to give. So pull out your smartphones right now. You can text to give at 810-255-4574. Again, that's 810-255-4574. You can visit our website at www.gerholz.org. I know some people like to give pledges like we normally do at our annual fundraiser. I know we're not in person, but you can still go out to our website to make your pledge tonight. Again, we're having a matching donations by the Kogel family. So please give as much as you can tonight. Again, this is our once a year annual fundraiser that we do have. You can mail in your check, like Dick said, to the church, 746 South Saginaw Street, Flint, Michigan, 48502. Or you can call our office. Sandy would just love to talk to you all at 810-234-0500, 810-234-0500, and Sandy can actually process your payment over the phone. I hope that you are all inspired by the work that we do in the Gerholz Centers, the legacy that we're continuing on through the Cole family. So we thank you again for being able to tune in to our first ever virtual fundraiser. I hope that you were able to get all that was in store for you. So I would like to take a moment again to thank our sponsors for tonight. And we do have some winners tonight. Drum roll, please. I know you've been waiting for it all night, and thank you for chatting with us tonight. So we have Pam Morgan and Tom Houghton. Pam Morgan and Tom Houghton are the winners for tonight. So please contact our office tomorrow to claim your prize. Pam Morgan and Tom Houghton. You can give our offices a call at 810-234-0500. That's 810-234-0500. And again, we have matching donations tonight. As John stated, please don't forget that they're going to match up to $10,000 for your donation. So please send us whatever you can. So I would again like to thank Pastor Novak and John Kennedy for helping us with our productions tonight. They are behind the scenes, and Sandy, our office manager, who's been helping us throughout the night. So again, I hope this has been an enjoyable experience for you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. And I know we talked about vision tonight, so I'm praying that the Lord blesses the vision that you have for your life and the vision of your children's life as well. So thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed tonight, and hopefully we'll see you soon in person next year. God bless.
An instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where consolation to those in pain. Lord, make me an instrument of peace, an instrument of peace. Lord, make me an instrument of peace, an instrument of peace.
Flesh will fail and bones will break. Thieves will steal, the earth will shake. Night will fall, the light will fade. The Lord will give and take away. Put no trust in the earth, in the sod you stand up on. Flowers fade into
because of His great love, we are not overcome. Because of His great love, we are not overcome.
East wind looking for west, but never found him. Gale wind looking for my past, but only found